Episode 1. New Memories After Opening My Eyes. 1 year after the apocalypse, the blue planet has been transformed into an empire of death and despair. The light of a glorious civilization has been swallowed by the ruins, becoming a testament to defeat. In this apocalyptic age, the hot weapons of the old era have become mere legends. What remains in the hands of the human race are cold weapons and brute strength, the only means of struggling for the meager resources left. Marcus, a 24-year-old man with dirt-stained brown hair and blue eyes, slowly opened his eyes. The first sensation to hit his senses was the smell of dried blood, dust, and rotting corpses wafting through the air. The young man was pinned inside an old pickup truck that had crashed into the wall of a ruined warehouse. All he could recall before losing consciousness was the despair of being hunted by a gang of savage bandits and swarms of zombies. As he tried to regain his memory, the hoarse screams of the zombie horde echoed from the darkness like a summons from the abyss. He urgently reviewed his memories. The impact of the accident had momentarily put him into a comatose state. It was in that abyss of darkness that a massive surge of data rushed into his brain, accompanied by the transfer of will from a future timeline. Marcus's consciousness was merging with new knowledge about the laws of a new evolution that was secretly underway in all life forms on this planet. It was the path that was about to change the destiny of every species. The law of evolution. Level 1, enhancement stage, human. Level 1 zombie. Level 1 beast. Level 2, awakening stage, human. Level 2 zombie. Level 2 beast. Level 3, transmutation stage, human, zombie warlord, beast warlord. Level 4, Elemental King stage, human, zombie king, beast king. Level 5, Star Lord, the pinnacle in this world, the essence of power for all species. Human evolution requires the use of certain herbs combined with the core crystals from the pineal glands of zombies and beasts, which must be carefully boiled and refined. This process removes the original toxicity and the raw instinct embedded in the crystal. If a human swallows the crystal directly, the chance of survival is only 1 in 10. And even if they survive, they will mutate into a zombie-beast hybrid, losing their sanity and ultimately descending into madness. This was the path most humans chose for their development. Marcus instantly realized that he was no longer just a lucky survivor, but one who bore the mission of the path, forced to race against time as the beasts and zombies had already advanced their evolution for over a year. Marcus quickly kicked the car door open. He used the new knowledge he had just received to collect 5 small, light gray crystals the size of marbles from the corpses of the zombies killed by the crash. He also gathered a dark green herb called emerald turtle, a common plant that most people overlooked, thinking it was just a mutated weed. Then he found a temporary hiding spot in the basement of an abandoned convenience store. As he prepared his distillation equipment, consisting of old metal cans placed over a small fire and a makeshift rubber tube, his intuition suddenly warned him that something was silently creeping closer from the dark corner. Screech! The sound came from a shadow cat, a level 1 beast the size of a Rottweiler. It used its sharp claws to scrape the wall as a warning before lunging with unbelievable speed. Marcus narrowly dodged, but its claws still tore his shirt, leaving a deep scratch on his back. "It's too fast. We can't engage head-on," Marcus muttered through his teeth. A direct confrontation was not a good option. He glanced at the old metal shelving behind him. He had an idea. He could use it as a trap to stop the shadow cat's swift movements. He turned his back to the shelf, acting as if he was panicking and out of options, his face realistically distraught. The shadow cat fell for the ploy, leaping at him, its seemingly helpless prey. In the final moment, Marcus quickly jumped aside. The shadow cat crashed hard into the metal shelf, which toppled onto its body, pinning it with only its head sticking out. He seized the opportunity, using a metal pipe to mercilessly strike the shadow cat's head with all his strength. Finally, the shadow cat went still. Marcus was heavily out of breath, clutching the metal pipe tightly. He won this round purely by wit, not by power. He walked over to the shadow cat's corpse and cut out a light green crystal, the size of a marble. Afterwards, Marcus returned to his distillation equipment. He began the refining process based on the crude knowledge he had just acquired. Marcus first began to boil and distill the level 1 spirit elixir. He crushed 1 zombie crystal into powder, combined it with water from the mashed emerald turtle, and boiled it in the can over a low fire for 30 minutes. The resulting steam flowed through the tube into a small bottle, yielding a dark gray medicine. Next, he distilled the level 1 body elixir using 1 beast crystal, combined with water from the mashed emerald turtle, boiled over a high fire for 30 minutes, which yielded a light green medicine. An hour passed. Marcus sat looking at the cooling medicines. They looked disgusting. If he drank them one by one, he might manage the first bottle, but the next might be impossible to swallow. Since the knowledge from the will did not forbid combining them, he decided to pour both the spirit elixir and the body elixir together and gulp it down in one go. The taste was nauseating, as expected. In a moment, a wave of pain rushed through his physical structure. The wound from the shadow cat slowly healed. The energy from the elixir circulated through his body before rushing back to his pineal gland. He achieved level 1, enhancement stage, first sublevel. He examined himself and found that his physical and mental power had increased only slightly. This was because the distillation was not pure enough and the temperature control was unstable. But even this was enough to confidently face the shadow cat again if they met. He now had 4 zombie crystals left. He needed the most perfect distillation method. As he thought this, a superimposed image of a woman appeared in his mind. She was a woman he did not know, but she was the key. She had been a researcher at a mega corporation before the end of the world. She must possess the tools and knowledge for a pure distillation process. And her name was Sarah.